So this afternoon on my other Night Gallery podcast of April 7th, we're going to be taking a look at probably at an episode that I consider nearly flawless. Of course, it will be the acclaimed episode called Class of 99. Now, Class of 99 stars the incomparable Vincent Price as an instructor involving a futuristic class of youngsters or young people getting their final exam. Now, because in any final exam, some of it is oral. Seems to be the oral part of the examination, and part one of the test is based on the sciences. Now, the sciences are easy questions for the majority of the people, but there is one student called Johnson who has a difficulty completing the answer. Three of the four answers on the men whose work has been related to propulsion, but because he didn't give the fourth man that is involved with the answer, the Vincent Price character asks Johnson to sit down, and he's chastised by the teacher. But from here on in, there's something not really right because the questions become almost hypothetical and almost like white supremacist or Nazi led in presentation. It seems like the Vincent Price prof is trying to draw out the most negative responses towards what was ingrained in them or seemed to be ingrained prior to the sit down exam. Now, as the scenario continues, we go deeper and deeper into the thought process that Price wants to instill in these students, or basically to remind them to do. And there's questions involving race, sexuality, intelligence, what he called interpretation, or levels of racism that seem to be geared towards, again, trying to figure out if the students being questioned are following the doctrine they have learned. And the doctrine is not really specified. It seems more Nazi-ish or Stalinist than anything else. But as the episode goes along, we know something is not right because it says Class of 99. This was from the air date was supposed to be 27 years in the future, and this future seems to be either totalitarian in nature or something that will, question why the students are being indoctrinated for this uh, this systems of thought. Now, the cast of the episode also includes a couple of, at the time, who were young, great acting prospects or established stars. Brandon DeWild, who was considered one of the best youth actors of his generation. He had appeared in numerous strong productions over the years. And Randolph Mantooth. For a lot of people under the age of 20, you wouldn't recognize that name, but he was a heartthrob to many people in the 1970s because him and Kevin Tighe on Emergency, which was kind of a Aaron Spelling type look at firefighters and EMTs in emergency situations. Actually, I think in California. I think it was California. Great. He was a great actor in that, and very realistic. So, Class of '99, like any podcast I do in Night Gallery, don't want to give it too much away, but it's very strong. Probably one of the strongest intellectual episodes of Night Gallery. And despite the denouement in the last 5 minutes, which go outside the classroom, it could probably be done as a stage play with the right, blackouts. The Zeno Schwartz, the genius director of Night Gallery, who probably him and Jeff Corey lends the best episodes of the series. His style is all over this. He uses angles and what do you call not straight projection, but upward projection, kind of, which showcases the how a theater would look if you're looking from the aspect of the teacher looking up towards the students. And set decoration is tremendous, Anyway, the whole episode, there's a lot of subtext regarding, capitalism, communism, socialism, the way that youth are manipulated to keep the status quo or the cult of personality of the leader. But there's no really indication if this is still Earth, because if it was Earth, like I said, it's 20 some years in the future. It's open ended. It could be a country in on the Earth. It could be. It seems to be an English speaking country. Could this be England? This could be Canada. Could be the States. Very open ended. But Vincent Price should have been nominated for an Emmy for this performance because, in my opinion, Vincent Price was always consistently one of the best, multi-talented actors of his generation, and he could play comedic too. But this, it's a very straightforward Shakespearean style performance. Uh, no pun intended, because Vincent Price, to me, always been a very underrated actor. How can you say he's underrated? He's in everything. We all have a great respect. But just like, I don't know, Larry Olivier, Olivier was underrated in many ways because he could do comedy as well. And anybody that has a chance to see Night Gallery for the first time, I would suggest this episode, and also the Caterpillar, and also they're tearing down Tom Riley's Bar, because those three episodes rank to me as the top 50 episodes of the 1970s. It was that strong, and could have been an Alfred Hitchcock Presents. It could have been expanded to a movie of the week or 1 hour episode. But it's very tight acting, very tight editing, very tight performances, and the episode just flies by. And at the end, you're saying, "Oh, I didn't. I have to watch it again." What's nice about Class of '99, you can watch it 10 or 15 different times or 20 times, and see something different in each viewing because it's that good. So again, on this COVID Tuesday, this is one or two podcasts I did today. I did something on Pat Boone's The Academy earlier today, available on the International Night Gallery Facebook appreciation site, available as well on the Brunswick Independent Authors Association, on my Facebook feed, JJ Carrier. And like we say in the North Shore of New Brunswick, give a like, subscribe, or a comment. Please be generous with the comments, but if you didn't like what I said about the episode, don't tell your friends. But if you did, please tell your friends. And you know, Night Gallery was only a short time on television. Some problems with the third season, but again, it stands out because the literate aspect of Rod Serling's writing. Even in the episodes he didn't write, there was enough people that believed in Rod Serling and Jack Laird's combination legacy. We all know that Rod Serling didn't really control the series. Jack Laird always obviously was the showrunner, what do you call it, or producer. And I think at its best, Night Gallery in certain moments was better than Twilight Zone. And I'm not scared to say that, because sometimes Twilight Zone, when it was good, it was really good, but there's a bummer episode. But I think again of this, the Caterpillar, and they're tearing down Thomas Riley's Bar, and the Dead Man, the Doll, episodes like that. The Waiting Room, the Phantom Farmhouse. Again, when Night Gallery was great, it was really great. And again, you can watch it in syndication, watch it on DVD repeats. It still holds up, because anything involving, again, Vincent Price has quality. Why would Vincent Price be part of the Night Gallery? Because he saw the quality of the direction, of the writing, of everything else. And let me tell you, it was something. It was something ahead of its time by at least 10 years. You look at Amazing Stories and the revival of Twilight Zone in the '80s. It was ahead of its time. Night Gallery was a 1980 show in the 1970s. Anyway, hope this finds you well. Don't spend all your emergency cash in Canada in the same place. But if you do, buy some DVD seasons of Night Gallery and treat yourself. And if you have $150,000, try to buy one of the original paintings if you can. Have a good day. Bye.